What are his thoughts of you? Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Mia Moksha, here on Mostly in the Moment for another Love Pick a Card reading. We're looking at his thoughts of you as a person and as a romantic interest, and what his thoughts on the connection between the two of you. We have 4 piles here. You may choose a pile based on the image, the number, the crystal, the colors that resonate with you. Timestamps are below. These are timeless readings and should apply no matter what your status in love is currently. Just want to say thank you so much for your love and support of this light work. I really, truly appreciate it, and I appreciate your light work and the light you shine as well. And with that, I hope you enjoy the reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 1. With the rose quartz, we're looking at his thoughts of you. Let's look at his thoughts of you personally. Graciousness and benevolence. Yeah, there's definitely a sense of really like royal energy, in the sense that the way that you handle things, it's very, very regal. You have a lot of eloquence to you. You're very gracious in even your movements and the way you speak to others. Not like you're a perfect person. You definitely can yell and be vivacious in the bedroom, I'm hearing, but most of the time you handle yourself really well, and you treat people better than they deserve sometimes. But it's not just like one person. You treat everyone like that. You treat everyone with a high level of respect, or at least you respect their lives. You respect them as a living, breathing, conscious being. And sometimes that's better than they treat themselves, or that they treat other people or treat you. But you won't lower yourself to other people's way of behaving outwardly, out in the world. You hold yourself to a higher standard. It's almost like how royalty behaves in public. Very graceful, very polite. But for you, it's actually genuine. You're actually a kind person, and you see when people are trying to belittle you or make a snide remark or kind of cut you down, but you don't fall to their level. You have your own ways of dealing with people like that. It's like a higher standard. It's a higher way of holding yourself. This person, your person, pile 1, he notices about you. It's a real true strength, because I feel like it's easy to take the route of being angry or rude or just lashing out or just saying whatever is on your mind all the time. It's harder to keep your composure and, behave regally. And I keep getting that word, like regal. You definitely have the energy of royalty. Divine blood, I'm hearing. Delay. Yeah, I feel like you've mastered something. I feel like your person, pile 1, has seen you become, transform into this person who watches what they say. You, learn from your past mistakes. Maybe you were someone who kind of just said what was on their mind, or, tried to be the funny one, or just say things that would shock people and, make them laugh, or just kind of lead the conversation, be the center of attention, or I don't know what it is. Maybe you had very sharp tongue. You just kind of say whatever's on your mind, whether it's rude or not. I feel like this person has seen you transform into this other person. This person who is, who sits back and doesn't react. Yeah, for some reason I keep getting whether this person hasn't seen you for a very long time, or they've seen you every day and they've seen this change in you. They understand the power that you have and how you don't just unleash it on everyone that comes your way, that behaves badly in front of you, or that not everyone deserves your energy or something like that. Like the way that you preserve your energy and preserve your power and not unleash it to everyone is a true strength, and they see it because you do have the ability to bring anyone down, kind of thing. So I feel like there's like a ease about you now. Your person notices it. There's an ease about you now. Control of your power, control of your emotions. I'm getting statuesque. It just makes you look so much more professional isn't the right word. It's just graceful. It's just like a leader, like someone people should listen to. You command attention. All right, so what do they think of you romantically? As a romantic interest. Mansion. 4 of Roses. Wow. The 4 of Wands. So they definitely see you as wifey material. Kind of like anyone would be lucky to have you as their partner in life, because you can make a lot of dreams come true, not just yours, but theirs as well. You're someone who deserves the best in life, and you know it, and you're not afraid of going after it. The thing is, I feel like you don't go after the best in life. It just comes naturally with the line of work that you're in, or the kind of behavior you exude, the way you carry yourself, the kind of power you hold. Like, it feels like this kind of luxurious life, or kind of like life of so much value, comes along with a person with so much value. So they just feel like, whether you are very materially and financially well off, or it's obvious to anyone who comes across you that you will reach that level of success in your life. You just have that energy that you can make anything successful, and you would probably prioritize your romantic partnership, and whoever ends up with you is the luckiest man in the world. They really truly believe that. Venus, wow. Okay, give and receive love, find value and see beauty. Yeah, no lie. Like, it's very obvious to this person, but I feel like it's not just this person, but many people, that you're a very loving, kind soul, but you're not like a pushover. You're very strong. You would fight for your love. You would fight for the connection, and you're naturally grateful. You're naturally see the positives, the beauty in any situation or opportunity, and that's something, that's a skill that you can't, like, once you see it, you can't unsee it. If someone has a skill of taking something that went wrong, or something that changed last minute, and see it as an opportunity to take advantage of that change, or that unfortunate event, into something positive, to spin it into something positive, like that's a rare woman right there. That's a rare skill set to have. That's why they know, like any project you take on, any relationship that you have, whether it's with your romantic partner or your family relationships or your friends, they're very lucky to have someone like you, because you're like this person that you're grateful all the time. You see beauty in even the hard times, and you see opportunity when others can't. It's a really, they definitely see you for the value that you have. But look, again, with the 4 of Roses and the Venus card, which is like a super, super lovey-dovey kind of energy, like, you do hold a lot of energy, because love is energy, light is energy, right? You hold a lot of power. You have the ability to love a lot and love hard. People can't be on your level sometimes. Like, you have to, like, take people out who don't deserve your love, and your person feels the same way. He feels like, if someone can't roll on your level, they have to get out, because you're gonna run over them. Yeah, but I feel like this person who has seen you become more of a quiet, confident person, someone who has more control over their own power, that they've also seen you come into recognizing when someone doesn't deserve your energy, just even random people, but also like people who doesn't deserve to have your friendship or have you in their lives. All right, so what does this person think about you and them, the connection between the two of you? Wow, 10 of Cups. Wow, that's ultimate happiness, extreme joy. Yeah, wow. It's hard. I'm hearing from your person. It's hard not to be very happy and at the least content with your life when you're in it, whether it's in a romantic sense or in just like a friendship sense or even just like a coworker or neighbor or something. Having you in a person's life immediately brings a lot of light and love. I feel like because you hold a lot of energy, like you might even notice like when you're in someone's life, like people notice it because like you bring in a lot of light and happiness and you like help them figure things out in their life. Just naturally, you don't even have to do anything. Just you being in their life, that your energy being around there as you protect them, you help them out because you carry that much light and love. And then when you leave a certain place or a certain person's life, they can feel it. They can feel the effect of you not being in it. So you definitely bring the love and light, like literally, into people's lives. And so this person, the longer you stay around a person, the longer, like the more light and love you bring into the more love and light you help them bring into their own energies. So this person cannot deny how much you vastly improved their life and made them happy, and they would be just overjoyed to be able to have a relationship with you or continue this relationship with you. Take time to breathe out. I feel like this person's getting ahead of themselves or something like that. I feel like this person is questioning whether they're good enough for you, whether they're being selfish for keeping you, whether you think that or not too. Yeah. And whether they'll be able to make you as happy as you've made them. So they're taking a time out to think about these things a little bit right now. They never really thought about it like that. Like if they were the one in the connection that wasn't able to keep up or make the other person happy, because you made them so happy that they didn't realize, they never really took the time to think about if they made you happy in the same way. I feel like there's like there's other people around, because I feel like they didn't really see you interact with other people lately or often. And so when they see you interact with other people, they realize like your value and how you bring that kind of light and love into anyone's life that you come across. And so they're kind of questioning like if they have that same amount of effect on you and others. Because they were just content just thinking about the connection between the two of you, thinking about you in general, but they never really thought about if they're being selfish or not. Like it's a good thing that they're thinking that way, because it's like, oh, this is a good person, but at the same time they're putting you first now. They're putting what you would want for yourself above what they would want for the two of you now. Okay, and then lastly, a message from them, what they'd like to say to you. You and I were too young, and it came out in reverse. So I feel like there was a lot of growth that happened between the two of you, because I do feel this recognition of like, oh wow, you've changed so much. I feel like I have too, and they're getting this kind of hopeful feeling that maybe you would recognize that they changed a lot too, and that they're really hopeful that this will work out and you'll recognize that maybe this will make them happy too. This will make you happy too. Ace of Cups. Wow. Yeah, so I do feel like they want to give this a shot. I feel like for some of you, this never really fully manifested. Like, I feel like you two were close to getting it off the ground, but it never fully transpired. Or, like, this is someone who's been waiting for their turn or waiting for when things felt right, divine timing. I feel like there was just like a opportunity that just happened to come through right now. Yeah, for some of you, this is someone you met a long time ago. For others of you, this is someone you've been with for a long time, but like have been waiting to level up with. And for others, this is someone new coming through who kind of can see just through your stories, whether it's online or just from talking to you, what kind of person you must have been and how far you've come. But this person's going to shoot their shot with you, or at least they really hope to. And without the extreme amount of positive, lovey-dovey cards here, really romantic cards, the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Four of Roses, the Venus card, there was some sort of delay, but I feel like they're going to take their shot. More likely than not, they will take their shot because they took a time to breathe too. So if you are single, this person is someone who kind of saw you and they took a second before they took their shot at you. Maybe they tried to get to know you a little bit more before they fully asked you out, and you're kind of like, oh, I wonder. You might not, first of all, you wouldn't have thought of them, but they were kind of wondering if you thought they were, why didn't they ask you out immediately? They just needed a second. This is a lot for them to take in. If this is someone returning, like a little to no communication situation, it feels like they weren't ready then, and they're a completely different person now, and they feel like you are too, in the sense of how much you've grown. If you've been in a relationship with this person, it feels like, or dating this person, been, talking to this person for a while, it feels like you two were kind of waiting to get to this point, like, or at least they were waiting to get to this point to be like absolutely sure to level up the connection, to move forward in this connection, and they feel ready now. So any which way it is for you, pile one, it seems like you're definitely ready for some sort of next chapter. You've had your glow up, and you've completed it to such a point where you could even see yourself being like, yeah, wow, I had a huge glow up. Yeah, and you're not even interested in anything romantic right now, but your person, or the person coming in, they've been thinking about you. Or when they do come in, they'll think about you for a little bit before they make their move. They're thinking about you a lot. They're thinking about the potential relationship between the two of you a lot in the future. I feel like you're just like, you don't even notice. You're just kind of doing your own thing, but it's probably why you're so in your personal power right now. Whatever you're doing, keep it up. All right, pile ones. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you resonated or liked this reading, I really appreciate a like or comment. Lets me know that you're resonating with these readings, resonating with this vibe. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, pile 2. With the tiger's eye, we're looking at his thoughts of you. Let's look at first his thoughts of you as a person. Enlightenment. Wow, the lotus. Alright, I feel like this person feels like you've transcended normal society. Like, I feel like they look at you and then they look out the window and they look at other people and they're like, yeah, she's not in the same league as us. She's not even in the same world. Like, she's in like a different dimension. I feel like your person even is questioning their friend groups and their family and like themselves. They're trying to compare themselves to you, compare other people to you. That's not the most healthiest thing to do, but like they can't help it because they're noticing all like the little different ways that you behave differently, like think differently, believe differently than most people you know, and it's fascinating to them. You know, you're kind of like this beautiful flame and this, like, you know, dark or sunset skies, and you know, you're mesmerizing. They learn a lot just from observing your behavior, the things that you say, the ideas that you have. They can't look away. It's like a beautiful light show, you know. Okay. Resilience. Wow, look at these two beautiful flowers, purple and red. I love that color combo, because it's like, you know, the third eye chakra and the root chakra. There's like a theory about red flowers and purple flowers. They say red roses are divine. All roses are like the flower that holds the most amount of divine energy. And then there's those that say, oh, red flowers are of the underworld, and purple flowers are what are closest to divinity, purple and blue. I think the combination, you can't go wrong with the combination, the red and purple there. And I love how she's wearing this like yellow lip and the purple hair, like yellow, purple, red, and purple. I heard this thing once where purple really brings in abundance. And if you look around your place right now, like see how much purple stuff you have in your room, in your home, and around you in general. And if you're lacking purple, that might be why you are lacking abundance, or and you can see why people have such an aversion to having purple things in their home. But I think it's a combination. I think it's a combination of red and purple. I love yellow and purple too. On the card it says, don't be bold, don't be afraid to stand out. And I feel like you don't. I feel like your person knows it too. I feel like you're either coming into this energy of being your true authentic self, not being afraid of who you are, and really letting it shine after like a time of like a dark night of the soul or something, or a time of like figuring out who you really are, or doing a lot of healing or something like that. Either that, or you have been in this energy. Oh, there's like a little yellow line around this red flower, and pink. Yeah, yellow, pink, purple, red, yellow, red. Just a lot of these like feminine colors, floral colors, I should say. Yeah, but if you haven't already, like, if you come into that power where you're your true authentic self, you're getting there right now. Because like the lotus, it's really beautiful because it's like the flower that has to go through the mud and reach the light, right? Reach the sunlight. And the resilience here. Yeah, I feel like you went through something. And so when you're bold, it's you're not being bold because you're seeking attention, or you want to stand out, or to promote something. You're bold because that's your true frequency. That's who you are at your core. You're bold. And I feel like you're not even like trying to be bold on purpose, like intentionally. You're just being who you are, and that comes off bold to other people when people see your style or the way that you behave or the way you think, because that's just who you truly are. Rare bird, I'm hearing. Okay, so what are his thoughts about you romantically? Hot seat. Oh wow. Okay, that's the Justice card. Yeah, Justice card wants balance, wants justice. So it's surprising to see this. Yeah, I feel like you're such a loving soul. Like you actually have a pure, kind soul, but people didn't believe it because people are so jarred and so burnt out and been lied to, and have seen a lot of deceit in their life and a lot of things, and so they don't believe that someone is actually nice and kind. It's so funny, actually. Um, I was in a group recently, and we were out to dinner, and there was one other Libra there, and she was younger than me, and we're just talking about astrology really quickly because not the whole group wanted to talk about it, but she's like, oh, like she had no idea about astrology, had no idea about anything about astrology. It's funny, like the other girls at least knew a little bit, and she was a Libra, and I'm like, oh, I'm a Libra too, and she's like, oh, what does that mean? I'm like, oh yeah, like you're kind, you're beautiful, you're smart, and like people hate you because you really are those things, but people might not believe you. And it was funny because like throughout like we were hanging out in a group for a while, like she was trying to be kind to people, like, oh yeah, why don't you try some of this, or have some of that, and people were like didn't believe that she was sharing her food or whatever out of the kindness of her heart. And it was funny because like I saw it and I'm like, oh, she's actually genuinely being nice, but people don't believe her that she's actually that nice. And it's like that's the energy I'm getting with you, that that people don't believe that you're actually looking out for other people's best interest, or like you want to do something that would make other people look bad or put them in harm's way, or that you're actually that kind or actually that smart, or actually like they might see the front cover of the book and be like, oh, there's probably nothing inside though. Like, oh, she's pretty, so like I feel like people judge you a lot. Interesting. Okay, so romantically, 10th house, structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishment, and career. Yeah, so you have a lot to accomplish here, beautiful pal. Too, you went through all this for a reason. You might have always had big aspirations, big dreams, felt like you had a bigger life purpose. And that's why people can't connect with you all the time, because like you went through stuff. Everyone does to some extent, but like you went through stuff, and some of that stuff is like unique to your life path. So a lot of people around you might not understand the experiences that you've had, the hardships that you've had, and all the things all the hurdles and obstacles that you had to go through. And so I feel like at some point, like right now in your life, I'm feeling like wherever you are, like you have a sense of like, all right, I'm not going to people please anymore, or I'm going to cut people off, or like I'm only going to focus on things that like actually matter to me because I have things to do in this lifetime. So I feel like now when people try to put you in the hot seat or something, like I feel like you don't even get in the hot seat anymore. Like people don't even question you or try to bother you because your energy is just like, I don't give a F, like I don't give a F, I don't care, like I have things I need to do, and people who aren't helping me with it or don't need my help are just getting in the way. So like I'm getting this like no nonsense behavior and energy. So I feel like people stop putting you in the hot seat, stop questioning you. Train whistles, confirmation. I feel like people are leaving you alone now. So even if it's been a long time since you've completed this healing, or it was somewhere recently, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, I feel like people have stopped questioning your intention. And I feel like it's because you believe it in yourself too. you believe that you know what's good for you. You know, you do the thing that you feel like it's the right thing to do in life, in your life. Yeah, and I feel like your person knows it too. Like, I feel like your person, I feel like they're like stepping back. They're like, wait, like, where do I fit in to Pile Two's life? Because I feel like they're ready to kind of explode onto the scene, especially the 11 and the 10 here, so the 111. I feel like this is something new is just starting in your career or in your soul mission, your life purpose, in a very, very big way. And I feel like your person is going to be, they're just, what can they do but just admire you from afar? Because I feel like they can't touch you. Like, they feel like, because with the no nonsense energy, like, I feel like you can't be around someone who isn't sure of themselves and like sure about their future, or like sure about making the right decisions for the future, or feel like they're on the right path in life. Yeah, so I feel like the people are falling away from you that don't have like a really strong sense of self, including your person, Pile 2, that you pick this pile for, because I feel like they're even kind of like, oh, I'm falling into their background, aren't I? Like, all I can do is just watch them in awe at this point. But the good thing here is that this person believes you now. I don't know what that means, but I feel like this person believes you now. Hopefully you know what that means. Okay, so what does this person think about the connection between the two of you? You are right. I just got chills. I'm getting that's your energy, the chills that I felt. I feel like you needed to hear that. Okay, this connection. Nothing will come of this situation. I feel like you told this person too, because I feel like this person kind of like strung you along a little bit. I feel like they might have been helping you with the end of this healing. Maybe you've done this healing and it's been a while, but even after you've done like a huge healing that might take years to do, you still have to acclimate back to your life. It might take months, years, or something to complete this healing. But even after a long period of healing, you still need to kind of acclimate to your new normal. And so I feel like this person was around for that transition. Does that make sense, Pile 2? And so I feel like you might have questioned whether the two of you will last. I feel like you might have even told him that this is over, or, you know, this doesn't have a strong foundation or something along those lines. All right. And then a message from them to you, what they want to say to you. I knew exactly what I was doing. Interesting. I think you might be surprised to find out that this person, they knew what they were doing this entire time. They had a plan for themselves, for their own life, and you might have not have ever been a part of it in any real way. This might be a new revelation that they had or an old one, but either way, they didn't really tell you. Explorer of Cups. I feel like they knew it too, that this was not like you were out of their league or something, and this was unachievable for them, but they kept trying to make a life with you. They kept trying to be with you, but it got to the point where the energy between, like, your energy and his energy was so different that, like, the universe just kind of separated the two. I feel like they knew this too, like, maybe not consciously, but deep down, I feel like they were aware that you were kind of in a league of your own, and that they'll try to hold on to you as long as possible, and they'll try and try and try again, but that you will eventually move on to bigger things. I sense a little bit of guilt, but like not too much, because they genuinely did love you and genuinely did want to be with you. They still do to this day. And of course you can choose to be with this person. But I feel like it's just going to delay the inevitable, which is your power being so strong and them, leveling up a little bit, but not to your level, pal, to your above and beyond the capabilities of this person. I'm sorry, I had to say that, but someone had to. I hope you understand. And I hope this information helps you. All right, listen to your intuition if this is meant for you or not, but I feel like a lot of people needed to hear that pile too. All right, so if you resonated with this reading, if it helped you or made sense, I really appreciate a like or comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light, beautiful pile too. Hi, beautiful pile 3. With the Rubies, we're looking at his thoughts of you. His thoughts of you personally, romantically, the connection, and then a message for you. Let's start with his message. His thoughts of you personally. Power and healing. Okay, wow. Yeah, so they feel like there's something magical about you, but like that they're not really aware of what that might be. I feel like you have an idea, but you haven't really fully developed those abilities yet either. I feel like just in your mannerisms, like the way that you smile at people when you feel like they need a smile or they need a nice word or a compliment. I feel like you give people the advice that they need, but not in like an obvious way, or the compliment that they need. You have this ability to heal people, and I feel like for most people in this pile, not everyone, some people have pursued this, but most people haven't pursued their innate healing ability and skills, haven't like really kind of nourished it or practiced it, got to know what it is, what kind of healing abilities you have, and pursued that, like teach those teachings. There's a small like maybe 25% of you who have, like, so you might be a nurse or a Reiki practitioner, or even like do some sort of energy work, or even like if you're like a comedian, or like you do healing stuff with art or with the body, if you're a yoga instructor or something. I feel like some of you have pursued your healing career and kind of are practicing it now. But I feel like for most of you that picked this pile, like, you haven't, but it's so obvious to the people around you that you bring healing energies wherever you go. If it's like a tough room where everyone's having an argument, you tend to kind of ease the energy of that room, clear out the energy of that room. If someone's going through a hard time, you just happen to say the right thing and you didn't even know it. Things like that. So this, your person in pile 3, he can tell that you have this natural nurturing and healing ability, and it radiates like, don't take this the wrong way, but like a mother energy. Like, this is someone they want a wife, just out of their natural biological, physiological like senses. Are like, yeah, this woman has healing abilities, she's a good one to have. Like, it's just like innate in them. Like, and I feel like you do garner a lot of male attention because you have like a very, even if you are loud, boisterous, right, funny, or you take care of your looks a lot, or too much for some of you. There's this really powerful feminine energy within you that that your person, pile 3, can pick up on, and I feel like a lot of people can pick up on. Love, and with that, like, powerful healing ability and just general ability to hold a lot of energy, like, you're a really powerful person, very intuitive. They can sense that you have a very, very powerful love, a very, very powerful ability to love as well. Like, you just I feel like it has intimidated a lot of men in your life, because you love so much, you love so hard, and I feel like, especially when you're younger, a lot of guys were afraid of that. Yeah, I feel like this person that you picked this pile for, though, pile 3, is not afraid of that. They're not afraid of that. Okay, and so what about romantically? What is his thoughts about you romantically? 2-on-1. The tough thing is that although they're not afraid to date you or take on this immense and intense amount of love energies, it is kind of like dating 2 people. In several ways. One way is that you can it definitely seems like you have at least 2 personalities. When you're kind, you're so loving and gentle, and when you're mad or upset about something, you can switch into a completely different person. And then also, it's just like the amount of power that you have when you are articulating a specific argument. Like, you do it with a lot of gusto. Like, you're like totally in it. You're saying all the right things. You have the hand movements. You have the power behind your words. You know, it feels like there's like fire that rages around you and light that shines on you and butterflies that, like, you know, fly around you. Like, I don't know. It's just like when you speak, things happen. You know, and it's like they feel like it's like the power and energy of 2 people that they have to, you know, sometimes go against. So they're sometimes a little bit, may not admit it, but a little bit afraid of you when they're going against you, but they are in awe when it's something that you're really passionate about and you're speaking about something that you're really interested in. Because they can see that kind of power that you have, but in a way that's not going against them, you know. So they do recognize that you have the power of like 2 people. They feel like you have like the presence of like more than just you as a single person, as one person. Okay. Second house, physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. They see you as a very valuable person. Like, you bring a lot to the table. So not only do you have like an innate ability to heal and to kind of figure out what's going on, like, you know, maybe if 2 people are having an argument, you can kind of figure out like what's wrong and like how to maybe solve the problem or how to help them. So you're really helpful, and don't take this the wrong way, but useful in that way, in that like you can bring practical solutions and advice to people. But I feel like you also are very grounded. So you might have a really you might work in a profession that brings in a lot of money or has a lot of status, or that requires a very useful or strong skill set. And so you don't need anyone to tell you how powerful you are, how beautiful you are, or because like you know it or something like that. Yeah, I feel like your person sees you as this like powerful machine. Like, you're just like, how can one person do so much, you know, and be this powerful? But I feel like he sees someone who can carry the weight of the world, and that sometimes you need that amount of love back, that amount you need someone who can support someone carrying the weight of the world and can carry the world with them or for them once in a while, you know? Yeah, I'm getting this energy of like it's not fair to because I feel like you take on a lot of undertakings, like you might take on a lot of projects or a lot of big plans for the future. And I feel like your person sees your value, but it's kind of like, oh, it's unfair to put your goals and your like day-to-day responsibilities on your partner because you chose to take on more. But I feel like you're like, I don't want to settle. I don't want to settle. But I feel like you're not, Spirit's like, we're not asking you to settle on your goals and the like heavy and intense amount of responsibilities you take on in a day. But like, like this is someone who can see you and this is someone who wants to be there for you even though you chose to take on so much in this lifetime. You know, it's like sometimes unfair to kind of burden your family or friends or partner with your huge undertakings. You know, it's like if you chose to go into a really demanding career, like that's going to put a strain on your other relationships. So like, you know, you're going to have to work something out. Like, yeah, they'll support you, but you can't ask them for like them to support you 24/7, 7 days a week kind of thing, you know? Like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, like 365. Like, you know, it's a lot for someone to support someone that chose this, you know? So I feel like Spirit's kind of like, this person is choosing to support you, but you can't, you know, expect them to take this on as their second job. Like their second job can't be just to support you all the time, especially when they didn't choose it for themselves. Or, you know, I feel like Spirit's like, oh, it's like you have to prioritize like what's important to you. Yeah, because I feel like you're asking, or I'm getting demanding, asking and demanding. For some of you it's asking, some of you it's demanding too much of your partner. I feel like there's real love here though, and that's like the issue. The issue is that like you two really genuinely love each other. I feel like you just want more from the connection than they can give. They want to be able to give more, but this is how much they can give, and it's like that's where the struggle lies. Okay, so the connection. How do they feel about the connection? The Hermit in reverse. It feels like they love you and they love being with you, and you know they find every moment with you really precious, but it's a lot. So much so that sometimes they wish they can have some space to themselves. Sometimes they're like asking like, hey, can I just take a break? Can I just have some space to myself? Like it's a lot for them to be in this connection because you're like, you have a lot going on, a lot always. And then sometimes they feel like they're alone because you fill up so much space in the connection that they feel like they don't have enough of their time in the light between the two of you. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Believe in the impossible. So I feel like Spirit's like, don't give up. Like even your person, they're like, oh, I'm so grateful that I found someone who is going after their dreams and like living to their full like life's potential. Like I feel like they're saying like I'm living up to my full life potential because of them and how much they pushed me. But I feel like they're trying not to give up on you, and they're trying to like catch up, but they need a second to take a breather, and they don't think it's impossible. They think they can get to where you are and like be able to support you more and like even have similar goals and dreams for themselves and be able to achieve it. But it's a lot for them. They're not used to this, or they're trying their best they do believe this is possible, and I feel like you do too. You see the potential in them, that's why you keep pushing them. But like, you know, everyone has to come, you know, walk their own journey and get there when they get there. And so I feel like there needs to be understanding on your end of the, you know, they can only run as fast as they can run, you know. And you might have more experience being in that energy, so like it's easier for you to handle these things. But even you need support sometimes, and like even though they're able to give support, it's like then you kind of rely on them a lot for that support. But they're like, it took me so much energy to give you that support, like now you're asking for me again and again and again, like day after day, month week after week, like I can only do it like this much. So it's like there needs to be some sort of communication there about that, or recognition. Yeah, because they feel like they can reach that potential, but like they don't want to die getting there, because you know they're now sprinting on legs that are like falling out from beneath them, you know. All right, so their message to you, what would they like to say to you? I remember every detail of that day. And the Four of Wands. Yeah, I feel like, okay, so the Four of Wands is the marriage card. So I feel like, yeah, some of you are married, or some of you have talked about getting married, yeah, or like some getting committed in some way. So I feel like they're very loyal to you, and I feel like both of you have talked about the future and really, really love each other. And I feel like they remember all these things, and they feel the same way that you feel, but they feel like, why can't I run as fast? And you're kind of wondering, why can't they run as fast, you know? That's going to be the topic of conversation. Like, that's going to be the thing that you two need to figure out, because it's like, you both want the same things. It's just that, like, you're already there expecting them to catch up, and they're running as fast as they can, but they can't breathe, and they need to stop. They need to take a break, and they don't want to keep running, you know. They might run here and there, they might run a few times a week, but you know, they prefer to walk, and they might need some breaks. They're not there yet, but they very, very, very much want this with you, and you do too. So it's just a matter of compromising or figuring out how this can work. All right, pile 3. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. If it resonated or you like this reading, I really appreciate a like or comment. It really means a lot to me. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 4 with the Ocean Jasper. We're looking at his thoughts of you. We'll look at his thoughts of you as a person, romantically, the connection, and his message for you. So let's start with, what is his thoughts of you personally? Rainbows and messages. Wow. When it rains, look for a rainbow. When it's dark, look for the stars. I feel like you're the kind of person that if you get angry, that means something is definitely wrong. And most likely they're wrong. They're doing something wrong. You know? And I feel like you don't have to always express, like, when you're angry, or if you're yelling at someone, or if you're disagreeing with someone, you're not always pinpointing exactly what it is that you're upset with, or that is the issue at hand, because sometimes you have to do a little bit of work to get there, right? But most of the times you do kind of pinpoint what's wrong or what the issue is. But like, you're such a kind of pure soul that when you get angry, like, he knows. So he's like, oh yeah, I know that I did something wrong, and it's like usually a very valid reason. So like, and then if you're really excited about something, it's because it's like making such a big difference in the connection or in your life. Like, you'll get mad or sad or happy about like little things, and that is a huge indication that this is something important going on here. Yeah, so I feel like you're continuously channeling your innermost thoughts, your feelings, divine messages even. you're picking up on things that you'll just say stuff and people will be like, oh yeah, actually that's really relevant to my life. That random saying or the random symbol that you just threw out there, like that's actually really relevant. Yeah. In this card it says, your soul whispers love, your ego shouts fear. Yeah. So I feel like your person, like, he knows when something is off because you don't get mad for no reason. And even if you had to like dig down to underlying reason, it's usually something very important that the two of you are dealing with at that time. And so your emotions is a huge tell for if some, like, it's a huge like gauge, a barometer for like if something is wrong in the connection, or something is headed towards a bad place. Like, you're like a early warning early warning system for the connection. So like your person, he really pays attention when you are upset about something, not just in like romantically, not just in the connection, but about anything, with other people or at the workplace or even with finances or something. Like, you have like the nose for it. Like, I feel like your intuitive abilities are on point. Like, you can, like, it shows up in such weird ways on certain concerns or thoughts that you've had or emotions that you're feeling. Like, I feel like you and your person can kind of decode the messages you're getting, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like he's even gotten good at like decoding whatever you're picking up on. Yeah, but you are definitely like an early detection system for a lot of things. And he's like learning how to read your cues and read your emotions and read your like channelings and the things that you see and hear like better. Wow. Maybe better than you can for yourself sometimes. Wow. This person's really like intuitively connected to you. Princess, yeah. He definitely he definitely takes care of you and nurtures you. I feel like you're a very sensitive person. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of us women are. A lot of us women have not had the ability to be our true sensitive selves. I feel like a lot of us women would be more sensitive, energy sensitive, and pick up on things if we were allowed to be in our feminine energy more and allowed ourselves to be in our feminine energy more. And also, I feel like a lot of females are also just learning how to be in their feminine energy since a lot of us have been in our masculine energy for so long because we had to take care of so much and do so much and live in that masculine way too much. So it's like we're kind of getting like the hang of it more while we allow ourselves to be in our feminine energy more. So this person, he's very, very strong, beautiful masculine energy where he's allowing you to be in your feminine energy, helping you with the things that you pick up on, channel, and help you decipher it as the masculine energy does and apply it into the physical world. So I feel like you have been a sensitive soul recently, or right now you've started being more sensitive and your person is kind of taking care of you a little bit more, treating you more sensitively, taking care of food or nurturing you more, being more kind around you. Or I'm getting, for some of you, like he's learning your cycles or something like that, learning your hormone cycle, learning more about your sensitivities and the things that you can pick up. Yeah, he's learning about you. That's great. And at this time, I feel like you need a little bit more nurturing, and he's providing that. He senses that you need some space to kind of figure this out, whatever this is for you. Beautiful pile 4. Okay, so what are his thoughts of you romantically? What are his thoughts of you romantically? 4 mirror, 4 swords, reassuring rose. Yeah, I feel like he's he's giving you a lot of compliments, and it's like, I'm getting that like image of those TikToks where it's like the woman asking the guy like, oh, do you love me? Do you love me? He's like, yeah, I love you. I love you. I love you when you do this. I love you when you do that. No, I'm not gonna leave. No, I wouldn't cheat on you. No, if you die, I wouldn't marry someone else. Like, like giving you a lot of those assurances like that. He's not seeing it as a burden. He's not seeing it as annoying. He's seeing it as something that you need right now, and he's more than happy to provide that to you. He finds it endearing, and he understands the reason why you're doing this, and why it's happening right now, either in your cycle or at this time in your life. And he's more than happy to be that emotional support system for you, the emotional security, giving you emotional security for you. Wow. What a man. All right, so romantically, South Node destined to release. Yeah, there's some big stuff going on in your life right now, Pile 4. You're releasing some big stuff, and as you're releasing, some like new stuff is coming in to replace it. And I feel like it's energetically for some of you, so it could be like the getting into your feminine energy more and letting go of some like masculine energy responsibilities, and giving it to your partner. Or maybe you're doing a lot of healing. Maybe something happened in your life where you have to do a lot of healing right now. Or yeah, maybe some change, a significant major change in your life. Or it's just like, energetically, maybe it's something big internally is changing, but your guy recognizes that he understands that this internal change takes a lot out of you, and you just need a little bit of more emotional support at this time. Yeah, big release. I feel like your person isn't judging you, and I feel like you see yourself saying things and like feeling a little upset, and saying things out of anger or sadness, and him not judging you, and him just holding you and being there for you. So that's really good, Pile 4. This is exactly what you needed. I'm really happy to see really strong masculine energies being there for their feminines at this time. All right, so what does he think about the connection between the two of you? Yeah. It's a bit tough at this time, he wants to be there for you, but it's kind of, I feel like he might be keeping a lot of this to himself right now, because it's like, you obviously need this emotional support right now, but it's hard sometimes being, if someone's like dealing with something, it's hard to be around them, but he's doing the best he can, and he's keeping it to himself. I'm getting a little bit. Conclusions are within reach yet, because he feels like, this is just temporary, and he understands that you're going to be going through something, and then pretty soon it'll be over with, whether that's in a few days or a few weeks or a few months. And he can bear it, he can hold it out until then. I feel like you kind of getting used to being in your more feminine energy. Your person, Pile 4, is also getting used to being in his more masculine energy. So this is kind of like, both of you kind of feeling out what it's like to be in your energies. Yeah. In your more innate, intuitive, respective energies. Yeah. So this is good. It's a little bit of a good practice for him to be like that person, that rock for you when you need it. I feel like you're also feeling out what it's like to be in your more feminine energy, and you're practicing like, okay, like I can be a little bit more calm. I can figure out what this means. I can handle this differently next time. Like, both of you are just figuring things out, which is really promising. This is like big sign of divine counterpart unions happening. All right, so what would he like to say to you? As I said that, I just saw 1444. If you know the 144, you know. Okay, so I lost myself for a while. Yeah. Because I feel like the two of you attempted this before and it did not go well. It might have actually led to separation. And so this isn't a joking matter. I laughed because it was just so overwhelmingly crushing, the feeling I just picked up from this, which was like when you two tried it before, it was really soul crushing, and it might have led to a break or a separation between the two of you. The Chariot, but like things are moving beautifully forward, like moving forward beautifully, divinely, and in a very significant way, like where both of you are like, yeah, like I can see things happening, I can see things improving very quickly and very positively, feeling like you're getting help from the universe, feeling like, yeah, I'm getting outside help, feeling like you're getting outside help, whether that's in the physical or energetically from ancestors, angels, or spirit guides, spirit team. I do get both of you are being helped a lot. This is a divine counterpart connection. Yeah. Wow. Really cool to do like a twin flame divine counterpart, like ultimate soulmate reading here, because I did predict that these connections are coming together at this time. So it's nice to see that these counterpart connections are practicing being in their energies, in their true authentic energies, and holding space for the other person. Very cool. Working with each other in the physical. Very cool. All right, pile 4. Super exciting times. I know it seems like a little bit wavy to get through these energies, but you're practicing these things. You have your partner by your side. You're both working on it. You both recognize each other. You both see each other. I think that's the most important thing here. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you resonated or like this reading, I really appreciate it. Like a comment really helps me out. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. I wish you much love and light.